Thanks for the sub. Cheers, Matt.
those are unclaimed Chinese bodies. And a lot of them have bullet holes in them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A lot of them are executed prisoners.
Wow.
A lot of them are just people that they found their body dead, allegedly. Like, when you are watching this, when you watch those shows, like if you go to look at the exhibits at one of those body shows, if this was anywhere else other than a science museum, you would think this was a fucking serial killer. They take people and they stretch them out. They put them in weird poses. They take their bodies and preserve it forever. They give them a basketball and pretend they're playing basketball. It's kind of twisted.
It really is.
They have dead babies. There's a dead baby that's in a giant formaldehyde or whatever it is jug, and it's just floating, a fetus. Like, imagine if you went over a guy's house and you went into his basement and you're looking for the bathroom and you see a dead baby in a jar of formaldehyde. You would get out of that fucking house as quick as you can. You'd say, oh my God, I left my phone. I'll be right back. And you'd fucking go right to the police station. You guys got a dead baby in a bucket in his basement. Holy shit, that's this place. Because the scientists go, oh, that's what dead babies are. Some people are wandering around looking at the pictures. And the other day we're trying to figure it out. Where did these bodies come from?
Thanks to its lifestyle choices
This is where they get it. You get them all from China.
If it makes you
and
feel
they
better,
put them
I
through
ate
this process
the heck
called, I think
out
it's
of some
called
crockpot
plasticizing.
alligator
I think that's what it's
kielbasa
called.
bites
So they
earlier.
basically take all of your tissue and turn it into plastic. Like they impregnate it with plastic and some kind of resin or something. So they can do these weird things. So they take chunks of your arm and hack them off. So they stretch your arm out in sections.
Some
like
shark
13, 14
species
feet
practice
long. So there could
cannibalism in
conceivably be
for human hunters and
Chinese
animal
bigwig
predators alike.
who did
The
not
bayou
like
is revered
this
for its
guy maybe taught his wife
wildness and
tennis.
generosity.
So he had a bullet put through this guy's brain and then had him converted into this tennis player that you could see at these bodies exhibits. And what do you think about it that way when you look at that picture? Show me one of them tennis players.
Yeah.
Show me one of them tennis players. Because they have these guys like with the racket. Now imagine like the ultimate fuck you to your wife. You kill her mistress and you turn it into
so weird.
Look at the basketball player. Click on that one, Jamie. Look at that.
We should go here on mushrooms.
Just imagine. You would probably freak the fuck out. What's the middle one? Is that a ping pong player? The middle one on the bottom right, Jamie? That one, yeah. Is that guy playing ping pong? Oh, baseball is catching. Catching the ball. Look at that. Fuck, dude. There's one of a guy flexing on the rings. Now, this kind of shit is what I'm talking about. So we're looking at a guy split in half. Split down the middle. His left side of his skull is on one side, his right side of his skull is on the other side, and then they split his chest cavity and pull his spinal cord up to the height of the head. If you saw that in someone's house, you'd be like, this guy is a sick fuck. But if you see it at the museum, you're like, oh, interesting. Interesting.
If it didn't have the fake eyeballs, I think it would be less.
Dude, look at this one. They took this guy and they stretched him out and cut him into sections, into like a steak. So like his whole body is sectioned down over like 15, 20 feet long. And that's at the Luxor. That's in Vegas.
Starts off with little fillets, goes right to the...
Keep going back to those pictures, please. Oh, it says, what does it say, Jenny?
R76, and I'm NPR.
Okay, so this is a different one. It says the cadavers were traced to a Russian medical examiner who was convicted last year of illegally selling the bodies of homeless people, prisoners, and indigent hospital patients. That is one of those. The one that I saw, if you could Google bodies exhibit unclaimed Chinese bodies.
That's from, I did. There's stories from that from this year, but I just went back to as far back as I could find, and this was from 15 years ago.
Oh, well, I'm sure they get them from a lot of shady places. That's the point, is that they're getting these bodies from shady places. It's weird.
You figured out the homeless problem. They should give them an award.
Can you imagine if they're just, all the homeless went away, but these bodies exhibits are everywhere? Like everywhere.
Under the bridges.
There's also multiple kinds of bodies exhibits, I guess, too, which maybe that might be part of the issue. I don't know who's getting them from a good place, but there's like...
Is the fan on in here? It seems like extra smoky.
It's on. 3 cigars.
Yeah, man, it's just, I didn't think about it until I saw, I don't remember why I looked it up, but I looked it up and I saw it. And I was like, what is that? how do you do that? Like, how do you get all those bodies? And then when I read that they were, once I started reading about what they're doing with the Uyghurs, the Uyghur Muslims in China, you know what they're doing? This is like an international tragedy that is rarely discussed in mainstream media.
Yeah.
They're rounding these people up and taking them to camps. Like, I don't know if they're re-education camps, if they're concentration camps, if they're prisoner camps. I don't know what they're doing, but you know, there's demand internationally for information to try to figure out what's happening over there. See if you can find.
I just doing that, just typing it in Google image search, like you see pictures here, but like second row, New York Times article, those such things, China denies.
Well, this is what Uyghur people. So China's denying it.
I would imagine
More evidence of China's horrific. And how do you say that? That's where it's supposed to be, right? I don't know. Right. See if you can find it. Just so we can know. But the allegation that I keep hearing time and time again is that they're putting these people in camps. But the thing is, like, one thing that we know for sure about China is they make people disappear if they're journalists, if they say unfavorable things about the government. They go after bloggers and imprison them, and people who post things on social media, they imprison them. And they also go after their billionaires. Like, they've had billionaires just vanish. They talk shit and just fucking go away. Okay, data leak reveals how China brainwashes Uyghurs in prison camps. So they take them to these prison camps, and I guess they're trying to convert them. The Chinese government has consistently claimed the camps in the far western Xinjiang region, I don't know if I'm saying that right, sorry, offer voluntary education and training. LOL. But official documents seen by BBC Panorama show how inmates are locked up, indoctrinated, and punished. China's UK ambassador dismissed the documents as fake news, of course. The investigator found new evidence which undermines Beijing's claim that the detention camps, which have been built across Xinjiang in the past 3 years, are for voluntary re-education purposes to counter extremism. About 1 million people, 1 million, mostly from the Muslim Uyghur community, are thought to have been detained without trial. Dude.
Wow.
How many of those guys make it into the Luxor? You know what I'm saying? I mean, where are those bodies coming from? Like, I don't think that. When I was there, I was like, ooh, we should probably go to see that exhibit. That's cool. Now I'm going, oh my God.
It's like that with everything, right? Like SeaWorld, same thing. We went to the Austin Zoo a couple months ago. The hottest, most dehydrated animals you've ever seen in your life. I'm not kidding. The first thing we saw, like, I'm not joking at all. The first animal that we saw was a monkey who was up on the shelf. Like, they're all hiding in the shade. Like, there's a little shady part of each animal's cage, and they're all just in the shade. This monkey taught itself how to put a rag in its drinking water and put the wet rag on its head, and it's just sitting up on a shelf in Texas. Just a hot monkey. Like, all the animals are just hot. There's like a dehydrated bear, a sleepy lion. Like, it was the worst zoo experience ever. But, like, also, it's exciting at times. Like, you see an animal that you like, you're like, oh, a parrot. And then, like, you forget that you're watching this, like, delusional bear walk around in circles for 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're in an animal prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To think that almost everything is like that.
Well, all zoos are. Zoos are super depressing. I used to have a bit about it, that the only thing that isn't depressed at the zoo is the giraffes. Because they're just like, another day with no lions. And they're just strolling around.
Right.
Like, they don't give a fuck. They're the only animal at the zoo that doesn't seem remotely tortured. Like, they let babies feed them. Like, the only animal that they're so safe that if you put out, like, leaves of lettuce, a baby can hold out a leaf of lettuce and everyone's completely sure that the giraffe won't hurt anybody. There's no other animal like that in the zoo. Yeah. It's really kind of extraordinary when you think about it that way. Like, you can't feed anything else unless it's from a distance.
You know, we went to Australia and we went to visit the koala bear exhibit, And these things are adorable, you know. They life tells you that koalas are like the cutest thing in the world, and they are
until
as long as you keep feeding them eucalyptus leaves. The moment that the zookeeper like has to grab another batch or something, the koala slowly starts to turn into a bear. You know what I mean? Like it literally, its claws come out, its grip gets tighter. Like the second, if it takes 5 seconds, you're basically dealing with a tiny bear.
So they bite and attack people? They don't have the eucalyptus tree?
I don't know about bite, but it felt like, right? How do we describe this?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Isn't it weird?
Really?
Remember,
I would have slept in. That's
I was like, fuck koala bears. I ain't driving it. We just got off an airplane from the United States, and they're like, let's go see koalas. I'm like, I'm going to my hotel and sleeping and taking a shower. That's a long flight.
We did that too, by the way. We all took naps, and then we went to the zoo.
But you didn't seem happy when you came back. You're like, those things smell like shit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't go.
No, we smelled eucalyptus on us for like a month after that, because that's what they smell like.
See if you can get some footage. What were you searching for? The Uyghurs? We got that, right? We didn't find koala bears attacking people.
You say it like we went straight from the airport to koala.
We did. It was like a half hour after we landed.
Was it?
Yeah, and we had a show that night. I was like, yeah, it was.
I would never speed off to some fucking zoo.
You did.
Sounds horrible.
How long do you think it lasted before you went to the zoo?
Like 3 hours. Everyone knows you have a 3-hour gap anytime you land at a new hotel. You have to settle in and you have to like chill. I don't ever rush off.
You don't believe it?
No. Because I remember that's why I didn't go. I was like, are you guys crazy? And they're like, it's koala bears. Yeah, it's a bed and a shower.
Maybe it seemed like a half hour, but you were just jet lagged.
Yeah, I wanted to go. I'm not going. I don't care that much. It was also an hour drive. I was like, man, I've been sitting in a plane so long. The last thing I want to do is drive an hour.
I've been told you got to see kangaroos in real life to understand how big they are. That's what I've been told.
Yeah, they seem like just bald muscles.
Eddie F. told me a story about the first time he encountered a kangaroo. Was I think he was taking a leak in someone's backyard, and one of his friends yelled out, "Hey, there's a back here." I'm fucking up the story for sure, but I remember him turning around and there was a kangaroo that was taller than him. Like they're like 6 feet tall. And they're built like shit house.
I think they're cool. I would love.
They
should have boxing matches that you could watch of kangaroos.
They don't want to box, dude. They want to run around and fuck.
I'd
eat
watch
grass and do whatever the fuck they do. They don't want to box. They don't like boxing to make it.
Well, I mean, fucking Jake Paul versus a giant kangaroo. Like, who wouldn't buy that?
They'll try to kick your guts out. That's what they try to do. They literally try to kick your guts out.
Mike Tyson. Jake Paul.
Yeah. I don't support kangaroos. They used to do it though. They used to have boxing kangaroos where people would go.
Oh, that's right.
To they would go to like a fair and they would box the kangaroo. Yeah, there's a lot of video of it. You watch people get fucked up by kangaroos. Oh, this is a koala bear attacking people?
Oh yeah, see these are koalas without eucalyptus.
Yeah, so these are these wild little, first of all, it's crazy how cute they are.
They are cute.
Mm-hmm. They're so adorable. Look at those little faces.
The shark returns once again to
that
her
bit
safe
person?
haven.
Oh, wow. Oh, so they don't have the actual attack. They just have the wound. So he's got a bite wound. He probably got too close. He's probably taking selfies. People take selfies at Yellowstone. They get launched into the air by buffaloes.
Yeah.
People are so goofy when they get around nature, man. But it's weird that like something so cute would be so dangerous. Like, isn't that usually cute? It keeps you alive, right? Like babies and puppies and kittens and little monkeys and little birdies, and they're cute. It keeps them alive. Like, you don't want to eat little baby chicks. Oh, you can't do that. But when they're a full-grown chicken, you chop their fucking head off and start plucking.
It's weird. You'll eat the full-grown chicken and you'll eat the egg, but it fits in the middle.
Well, the egg is
nuggets.
Oh, baby chicken nuggets?
That's where they're from, the nuggets.
I don't think so. It's all assholes. Just chicken assholes ground up. But eggs are such a bonus. It's like nature's bonus.
Exhibiting behavior more common to whales and dolphins,
but nothing
this shark is able to use biosonar to locate
like if you have a bunch
prey.
of chickens, you could literally, if you had 20 chickens, you never have to buy food. You could just eat eggs. Like if you were in a real strict sort of fucked up apocalyptic type situation, as long as you have enough chicken food and you have a bunch of chickens, Like if you have like 20 chickens, you're probably going to get 10 eggs, 9 eggs, 8 eggs a day. It's a lot of eggs. You could actually eat off of those.
You still have chickens?
No, they all got killed by coyotes.
I want to get chickens.
Yeah, when we had a fire, that big fire that went through California a couple years back, it burned down our chicken coop. And so we had to gather up the chickens and we put them in another chicken coop, and this chicken coop was not sturdy. It was a store-bought chicken coop. The other one was like built by, had a carpenter do it. These fucking coyotes. It was a disaster. They killed like 9 chickens. Jesus. Yeah.
And they're like pets, aren't they? They're like, you start kind of feeling like
well, they were chill. I mean, well, up to quite a few of them. They had different personalities. Some of them were cats. And other ones, they would just like drop down and pet them. There's a bunch of videos on Instagram. But there was a few that didn't want to be petted. They didn't want to be picked up. It's all in like how much. It's like a fast food restaurant to them. They just like hop on the roof. I caught them on the roof of the thing, like in the middle of the night. I hear something, like all this sound, and I turn on the flashlight and I put it on the roof of the chicken coop, and there's 2 coyotes just staring at me, trying to figure out how to eat the chicken. It's so weird, man, because they're wolves, small wolves. They're little suburban neighborhoods. They're everywhere.
Are they out here? I know that my neighborhood is just tons of bobcats and bunny rabbits and hawks. Tons of hawks.
We have, we also...
The muskellunge, or muskie, is a freshwater fish commonly found throughout the Great Lakes region. So I have no idea what it's doing here.
They're beautiful. Foxes are beautiful little animals.
They don't really attack humans, right?
No, they play with humans.
Yeah.
Foxes become friendly. Like, no bullshit. Like, you could take a grown fox, and if you're around it enough, and it doesn't think of you as a threat, like, they'll start treating you like a dog. It's weird. There's
the shark
video.
Slippery and
fox.
Hi, I'm a hound dog.
He played me for a treat. Look how cute he is. Like, they'll play. Like, look at this. Come on, man. This is a wild animal that will play with you almost like a dog. Like, look, this thing's on its back. This guy's petting it, man. I mean, come on, how crazy is that? That you could pet a fox.
I want a fox.
They're weird animals, man.
Oh God.
This might be someone's pet. But if you, that seems like Finnegan the fox is someone's pet. But if you go to, yeah, that's someone's pet. Finnegan the fox is what you need. But if you go to
fox jumping
Grizzly Man.
Whoa, foxes jumping on trampolines.
Yeah, they play. They're super playful, man. If you go to Grizzly Man Fox, Timothy, what was his name? Treadwell? Yeah. Was that his name? Treadwell?
The Grizzly Man?
Yeah. Well, he had a friend that was a fox that would visit him in camp, completely wild fox. And they would play together, and the fox stole his hat and ran into the den. Like, they're having fun together. Like, the fox would, like, hang out on the roof of his tent.
I miss this guy.
It's an interesting documentary, man. If you haven't seen it, folks, see, look, the fox is hanging with them. So if you go back a little bit, you'll see how close he is to the fox. It's like right there. There you go. Dude, I mean, how crazy is this? That is a wild fox who just comes up to him and is playing with him. They're like little dogs, man. Like, look, it's in his camp. And I guess they established a relationship. They were there for months and months at a time, camping. He probably fed him a little bit, but they became buds. Like, Fox legitimately befriended him.
The bull shark can at least take solace in the fact that it's chewy and
some animals. Like
bland.
I have a bunny rabbit that's kind of like that. He's gotten so comfortable with it, he'll just jump up onto my patio and just like hang out with me.
York keeps their garbage on the street.
Yeah. It's a different thing.
Yeah, but I mean, West Coast had podcasts first and the internet first, and East Coast were like still flip phones and.
West Coast had podcasts because we couldn't get on the radio.
Right.
Because of the way morning radio worked. If you had a morning radio show, you had to have it on the East Coast because at 6 a.m. By